Hi, I'm Frances Goodall from francesgoodall.com and also womenswellnesscircle.com. I'm recording this video on a Saturday afternoon, the 8th of May and 2021. And this week through the Women's Wellness Circle we have a 9-month programme starting called Reclaim Your Feminine Power, Your Purpose and Your Pleasure, which I'm really excited about. And today we actually have a final event on the run up to that, so if you happen to see this video in time, it starts at 4 o'clock today, and you'll find information on that on the Women's Wellness Circle Facebook page and and also on my page as well. And so I just thought I'd talk briefly about how discovering my power, reclaiming my power as a woman was a part of my healing journey, about how finding my purpose in life, finding a sense of purpose was a part of it as well, and also how joy and pleasure were a part of my healing journey. So in brief, reclaiming my feminine power. So I had quite a lot of wounds in my system. Some of them were personal, some of them were ancestral, some of them were collective, and part of my journey of healing was to reclaim my power, and part of that was to connect to the parts of me that felt anger and rage about injustice and about past traumas and ancestral trauma and that kind of thing, and to bring more healing and integration into my system, to let feelings flow, to let my energy flow, to let my power come back. And then in terms of purpose, I mean, there's more I could say on all of these things. In terms of purpose, when I had chronic fatigue syndrome, I, at times spent days in bed feeling really ill, and through practicing things like meditation and awareness of my thoughts and my emotions and doing lots of different kind of transformational practices, I started to get my health back, and I started to really understand from the inside out the connection between mind and body, the connection between nervous system regulation and where the nervous system's at, and health and wellness, and where my emotions were at and health and wellness. And over time I got my full health back and managed to sustain it, which was amazing. And on that journey I knew I was on a healing journey. I knew that transformation that was happening. I knew I could get myself fully well. I didn't always know that. I'd have doubts and fear and all of that sort of stuff come up, and I'd have moments where I would be back in bed and thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here again. I've done so much work. Why am I back in bed? What have I done wrong this time? All that sort of stuff that can come up on a healing journey. But at one point in that journey, I developed a sense of purpose, that if I could get myself well, I would be able to share what I'd learned on the journey. And that kind of sense of purpose fueled me on to Get All The Way Well, and has fueled my work for many, many years in the field of health and wellness and healing. And that something like that wouldn't have to be your purpose, but finding a sense of purpose to be well. And this sort of, for me, also weaves into joy and pleasure as well, that through all this journey I connected to more capacity for aliveness, for joy, for pleasure, for living life fully. So that also forms kind of part of my purpose in a way now, to really embrace life fully. And for example, today, even though it's been raining outside and it's pretty cold, been for a swim in a local park, in a kind of reservoir in a park, which just felt amazing, just so alive, so connecting, and to do that with a friend, and so much fun. And I love dancing, I really value community and friendship, time with my son, lots of things that bring me joy. And also pleasure. I've through this healing journey as well, I've opened up my capacity to experience pleasure, and that's been incredibly also added new layers of healing to my nervous system as well, including getting so fascinated by it that I've trained to be a sex, love and relationship coach in the last 2020 with Layla Martin, which has been incredible as well, and over the years as well I'd been expanding my capacity for orgasm and pleasure as well. which has been incredible. And I'm also really inspired to be adding that to my work as well. And this will also come into the 9-month programme as well. So I will not speak anymore, otherwise it might be a bit too long, but I'm really glad you've listened today. Thank you for listening, and wish you well. If now's your time to step into this programme, we would love to have you. And if not, maybe next year. Maybe you'll be listening to this video later on anyway. Maybe another time. I also do small group coaching for women as well, and one-to-one coaching as well for everyone. Okay, wishing you all well, health, happiness, joy, purpose, power, all the good stuff. Much love.